What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I know I've been missing in action for a while. I've actually put some videos together. I've yet not completed the editing process, man. So I put some content together that I thought would kind of get some conversations going, and I'll be uploading that at a later date. But I wanted to hop on here and have a conversation with you guys and talk about ownership and talk about business. For those of you that don't know, and shout out to all my subscribers, man. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel. Even though I've not posted any videos, man, I'm still seeing that subscriber count stay pretty, pretty strong. So I appreciate you guys for being loyal. But lately, man, I've been having a really, really tough time. For those of you that don't know and you're new to the channel, about 6 or 7 months ago, I was let go from my job. Now, this job that I held, this title that I held, was a very high title, and it allowed me to feed my family at a very comfortable rate. And things took a turn, and I wasn't willing to compromise on my position, and they let me go. This field that I was working in, which is the field of IDD, supporting individuals with developmental disabilities. I've been in this field for 10 years at this point. I've obtained certifications. I've gotten my bachelor's degree in psychology and counseling with a minor in developmental disabilities. Just a little bit about my credentials and my expertise in this field. So I've been doing this for a while. So lately, I've kind of been on this journey to kind of starting my own agency. And I recently gotten licensed. I'm extremely excited about that. It was a crazy process, doing a lot of things for the first time. Having to write policies, having to write a business plan. Even down to doing your own background checks. Those are all things that a lot of businesses and employers that you go and work for do those things for you. And here, me and my partner, we were doing those things on our own. And it was an extremely lengthy process. The process felt a lot longer than it actually was. It took us 4 months to get licensed. And this is basically no corrections to any of the policies, no corrections to the business plan. This is simply submitting the proper documentations for the licensure and waiting on the person who gives you the license and establishes you as a licensed provider in your state, just waiting for them. It took them 4 months to submit, to complete the necessary review and give us our license. So while we celebrated, that was just the first stage of actually being a service provider here in the area and providing those services to members of the IDD community. So after that, we then had to do what's called an affiliation process. So we had to affiliate with the Organization for Developmental Disabilities in our county, in this local area. So once we completed the affiliation, then I had to learn about commercial license, right? So the commercial licensing took maybe like 2 weeks. One thing I will stop here and say is the process to get licensed, just that singular process, took far longer than every single other process that we've gone through. The commercial insurance was interesting because, finding an underwriter to write the policy, I needed $1 million of liability, and kind of having those conversations for the first time was pretty interesting. Because most of the time when you go and get insurance, you're just getting car insurance. You're going on the website, finding a plan, going with that, and you through. With commercial insurance, it was a lot different. You talk about workers' comp, insurance covers for workers' comp. You talk about, just a variety of different coverages. Professional insurance, malpractice coverage. You talk about abuse and neglect insurance. You know what I'm saying? So I had the right policies for all of this stuff, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not some lab rat policy writer, so I had to really sit down, look at examples, bunch of Google searches and Wikipedia, cross-referencing and stuff like that to come up with these policies. And I had to have a policy for certain things to help with the insurance as well, so that the insurer would cover us. So I had to go through that process. And then the other process that we are currently working through is our agency is going to be paid through a third-party insurance, okay? So you got United Healthcare, you got Sunflower, just these are insurers that basically pay our agency for providing services, okay? So we had to complete the necessary required information for each individual insurer, and wait for an underwriter once again to draw up a contract for us to sign, and then we'll start being able to deliver services. So while we're waiting for that, our agency and what it is that we do, we provide supports and services residentially, and then supports and services for day supports. Pretty much your day supports is going to be vocational training and just daily activities. So with that, you need real estate, you need properties, you need commercial space. So these are all things that I'm doing for the first time. So having to, I don't own a residential setting. I don't own a commercial setting, so I'm having to go and do these things for the first time, right? Me and my partner, she's kind of more of the, she's in the social work field, so she's kind of more of the in your face, talk to you for hours, that type of thing, have lunch type of thing. I'm kind of more straight to the point, more behind the scenes, strategic. So we kind of have this great dynamic, this partnership thing where the dynamics work out very well. So we're kind of using our strengths to make this come to life. But it just goes to show you that earlier in your life, dog, you need to be intentional. Have an idea of what it is you want to do. Don't wait till you're 37 and trying to figure out, what you want to do. And before I get into that really quickly, it also taught me that to a lot of us, titles are more important than other things, I guess, because this was something that I could have actually done a few years back. But I think that now looking back, I was so excited to have a title versus, going into business on my own, and being able to be the person that makes those rules and being able to ensure that the individuals and clients are being taken care of. So I thought that was interesting, but kind of getting back to what I was saying, it's so important to know what it is that you want to do. Don't go out here and get a bunch of credit cards. Don't go out here and get a bunch of cars that you're not going to pay for. Even when you go to work every day, whatever job you have, go to those places with a purpose, okay? Go to those places with a purpose and have a goal in mind that you can obtain. Because once you figure out whatever it is that you want to shoot for, you want there to be very little hurdles that you need to jump to get yourself in a situation to do whatever it is you need to do. What we're going through right now, and I'll give you guys an example. So, of course, you need to have a DUNS number, right? Trying to establish business credit. So we decided that we were going to get like business lines. So go to T-Mobile's business page and go to try to get like devices or whatever just under the business name. And we're really working to ensure that the business is separate from our person. So anything that we're doing for the business, we want in the business name. So cool. Go through all of the preliminary stuff to get these devices on T-Mobile, and they want us to pay full price for the devices. They want us to pay the activation fees and taxes. And I'm like, dang, dog. Like when I got my first phone, I got that mug for free. You know what I'm saying? Like my first phone I got on my own. And phones after that. And I know my credit wasn't great, you know what I'm saying? Before I even had a credit card, I had a cell phone, and it wasn't that much of a hassle. You know what I'm saying? Even with finding like grants, loans, you know, people get on here and tell you guys, oh, start a business and da 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 da, but they don't share with you guys the hurdles that you gotta go through. Yeah, once everything, this agency has the potential to be, you know, easily a 7-figure business. The first couple of years, I'm talking about $500,000 just the first year. You know what I'm saying? It really comes down to, you know, finding properties and the number of clients and being able to provide staffing for those clients. That's all it really comes down to. This is not like retail where I gotta sell a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're in the healthcare field, so you know we gonna get paid regardless. So the money is there. The possibility to scale this business is astronomical. But finding people to believe in your vision, you know, being able to establish yourself to be taken seriously, you know, being able to secure funding, or even get a damn phone. Like it's hard, dog. It really is, bro. And it's very frustrating to know that you put in so much work, you know, the work that I had to put in prior to even trying to open this agency, but the work I had to put in to get licensed, right? To get licensed, I had to have a degree in a human services field. I had to have at least 2 years of experience in a senior level position at a service providing agency or facility. Okay, so I had to meet the criteria, the educational criteria and the experience criteria, right, to qualify as the chief executive director. Okay, so the chief executive director can not only modify programs, but can also provide supervision over the support of the programs, delivery of the programs, right? So I had to qualify for that. Then I had to write policies. Okay, I had to look at an article and say, okay, I have to write policies based on this article, submit that, and hope that there's no corrections, because the more corrections we have, the longer it takes, right? Then I had to write a business plan that has a 3-year projection. All right. Then I had to show solvency of, you know, of, I guess, a year, I guess, right? So had to write a business plan, executive summary, all of this stuff. I'm doing this stuff for the first time. So you get past that hurdle. You establish your agency as a business, right? Our local area, or Kansas area where I'm in Kansas, has a website where all of the agencies that are providing services, their information, you know, is on this website. We finally get our agency on the website where, you know, individuals and clients and guardians that are looking for support can go and look us up, right? We're coming into a space where it's an untapped market. All right. If you do this type of work, this space is untapped. All right. So you have what's called a waiver list. This waiver list, okay, is has over 4,000 people on this waiver list waiting to be provided services. Okay, you're talking about providing services to an individual in the IDD community. That waiver list basically is what's gonna pay you, pretty much. Okay, so the financial part of it is a go. Just a matter of getting people in and providing those services, right? But the work behind it goes unnoticed. I had to come up with my own organizational chart. I still have to come up with my own interview process, my own interview questioning, all of this stuff, you know, to then have to struggle to acquire the necessary, financial means to build this structure that we need. It is so frustrating, dog. You know, to having a staff like my business, the business is there, right? The business, we have everything done for the business. You know, we're in a position now where we're waiting, right? Because I don't own residential settings like I was saying before, so I have to, my partner have to reach out to different landlords and people renting properties and these different realtors and agencies or whatever you want to call them to see if we can rent their properties. And then we're not renting those properties on a personal level. We're having to have these conversations as an agency and letting them know what it is that we do. And it's scary, man. It's really scary. I have a 6-month temporary license. I have 6 months to be providing services. Then, of course, the state comes in, they check everything, stuff like that. And personally, having the years of experience that I have in this field, I believe that it's extremely important to come in with certain things intact. I want an office space. I want a day service building where we can provide these day service supports where our clients can come every day and get the supports and vocational training that they need, do very cool activities every day or every other day, and have a residential setting that's just not something to throw people in. That's nice. Things that we aspire to have. I feel like members of this community deserve the same thing. But it's so hard to get the necessary means to do it. And it's been extremely frustrating, dog. It has been extremely frustrating. It don't matter your academics. It don't matter your business structure, business plan. Your personal has to be together. That's all. No matter, you can't hide from the personal, dog. Your personal credit needs to be intact. You need to have some type, I'm not working. I haven't worked since June, right? I have no income coming in. None. All I have is this business. All I have is what I know this business is going to bring in. Okay? Nobody, a bank don't want to hear that. You have no income. You can't give me three check stubs. You have no way to show us that you're going to pay this. I can give them the business plan and let them know, like, hey, just believe in this, but it ain't working like that, y'all. And it's frustrating. So that's what I've been up to, trying to get things figured out, man. If y'all got any advice for your boy, I believe we got everything together. Everything from, the LLC, building our own website, business cards, entrepreneurship is what it is. I had to do the website, make the business cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't had an opportunity to outsource anything. We're everything. We're HR, we're marketing, we're staff. The roughest parts of this business is right now, dog, building it from the ground up. While the fruits of our labor is gonna definitely we're gonna benefit from that. It's gonna pay off. I think by this time next year we're gonna be having a completely different conversation. But right now, it is hard, dog. It's hard. So yeah, man. If y'all got any any advice y'all can give, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, drop it down below in the comment section. Just wanted to hop on here and let y'all know what I've been up to, what's going on, why I'm not dropping no content. I know it's a lot going on. You got Travis Hunter and his old lady and that thing going on. You got Jay-Z and the allegations with that. Yeah, man, I've been grinding, man. You know, I'm trying to put something together, and I'm trying to build a legacy for me and mine. And it's been tough. It's been a tough go. So yeah, man, definitely like this video. Man, y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop me a comment, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.